reports, and every quarterly they would come on and give us an annual report, unless it's something that they need to discuss. Okay.
All right, we are back. I'm going to call us back to order from recess for Personnel Finance Committee meeting. The next item is item number 9 on our agenda, Economic Development Update from our City Manager.
Thank you. I did want to point out, for those that had not met Jennifer Anderson before, she has been with us for about a year, doing excellent work in our finance department, a lot of analysis type activity, very helpful. But we didn't realize when we hired her that we would end up with a 2-for-1 deal, because Emma is her daughter. So we're quite thrilled to have both of them working for us right now in 2 areas unrelated to each other, but important to the city. All right, so the economic development, I know we went into a lot of detail with the economic mobility. We've talked about Main Street. We'll have a bigger report next week. This is more of just an overall economic development, community development information for you, just to put things in perspective. The total, so this is in your package. This is for fiscal year 26, so it ended June 30th. And the total valuation of commercial projects is $13 million of investment into the city of Thomasville and these various areas. Basically, there's an auto repair shop. Mohawk has expanded. There's the kids' dental expanded. We had apartments and things of that nature. So, you know, a lot of activity going on. We also had commercial upfits, 22 of those, which totaled $3.8 million. But the real number that is pretty amazing, and this is where we get into the whole infrastructure issue, is 218 new house permits. 218. We probably went 15 years without 200 homes being built in the city.
They can't build a festival right now.
No, they can't. They can't. But this is the driving force behind the infrastructure issue that we've run into, and nobody saw this coming. And that's, you know, maybe that's on us, but it was building, and then COVID, and especially after COVID, it just exploded. So that's $63 million worth of investment, into these homes. Now, whether, and some of that, of course, will translate over into tax dollars, but this is also properties that are outside the city limits that are in our ETJ area. So we have building code and zoning responsibility, but there's not property taxes that are not within our municipal limits, which is the big one, is the one down on Kennedy Road. You can see this is using new reporting. You can see all of the various permits that have been issued and how much we collected from them in this package. So I don't want to go over in detail, what they look like, but that's what's going on there. The other item that I wanted to show you, and this is not a public-facing dashboard. This is from the Economic Development Commission from the county. Is projects, active projects in the city of Thomasville. What that means is, by active project, is that somebody either locally or within, or someone has contacted the county regarding a project that could be in our jurisdiction. Doesn't mean that it comes to fruition, and most of these don't come to fruition, but it means that there was an attempt to locate a business or to expand a business here in town. And right now they're tracking that there are 15 projects, $370 million of potential investment. Now, these projects, like I said, don't come always to fruition. We don't always know who's in contact because they haven't made the contact with us through the county for economic development incentives and things of that nature. But this is basically reported from, from them. Now this is they have responded to 98 in the county. Different requests. RFI stands for Request for Information. Basically, it's a business looking for land, or if they're expanding, what they're looking for. So a lot of these are related to the fact that the these are being pushed out by the state mostly. The effort here is that someone's looking for a piece of land, and we think we have it somewhere in Davidson County, and that within Davidson County, then it all just depends on what else is out there that they're interested in, whether it's a greenfield, whether it's an existing building, whether it's whether there's the right amount of water or sewer, electricity. Those are the big players in land, power, water, sewer. The water and sewer is becoming not as important because more and more places are able to recycle a lot of their water, especially cooling water and things of that nature. There's some new laws that are coming down from the state regarding usage of water, especially for data centers. There was a heavy interest in a data center in Davidson County that would have potentially been on our sewer system down on the 64 corridor. That project has gone away. It was a huge investment, but it also would have been a huge impact. And there's a lot of discussion about data centers. The county is looking at doing a moratoria on data centers. Other jurisdictions, I think I saw Trinity may have passed a moratoria on data centers. I didn't know that they were being considered for one, but so data centers are sort of going to work itself out as far as rules and regulations for those, because the state is very interested in it. And those data centers, just be clear, are all related to AI. You need a lot of power, and you need a lot of computer power to run those data centers, and that takes a lot of water for cooling purposes. A lot of that water gets recycled in the system, so it's not like they're drawing a lot of water, but they want to have as much water as possible in case there's a backup failure type situation. So like you would have a sprinkler system and then another sprinkler system. They want the same sort of thing for cooling purposes, because those servers cost so much that they got to keep them cool. So that's that's a whole nother realm of development. That's not generally what we are seeing in our immediate area of development. Ours is more rehab or redevelopment of existing sites or additions to existing sites, things of that nature. But I wanted you to see the types of activity that's going on so that you're aware that it is happening. Thomasville does face issues with the ability to get a lot more industrial within our area, because we don't have large tracts of land available. And we're talking large tracts of land, 500 acres, 1,000 acre tracts of land. Most of our stuff is reuse sites, and many of the buildings that we have, even if they're only 30 years old, 20 years old, don't meet the standards that they're looking for now. Whether it's ceiling height is a big deal, how the spacing is within the building, really affect things. Like you look at some of the warehousing sites that we have that are active warehouses, but they're underutilized because you can't do as much in those spaces as you can in a new modern building. So that's what we're faced with from that industrial side. So that's where we stand. The other item that I want to point out is that we talked about doing an economic development plan, a strategy plan for economic development. That got cut out of the budget because of all the other cuts that we made. That got left on the table. So staff will do its best to try to put something together over the next couple months, but unless the council provides funding, we won't be able to move forward on an economic development plan outside of the organization. Does anyone have any questions?
First of all, that's a bummer. Second of all, I thought we weren't gonna have code names.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Those names are still required. So.
Anything else?
No, I appreciate the support.
Okay.
Good deal. Item number 10, if you'll remember a few months ago, I just mentioned I wanted to put a placeholder on our agenda that if there's anything from your committees that you're the liaison for, if you would like to share with us any updates or things going on you would like council to be aware of, now would be the appropriate time to do that. I don't mind going first and sharing a little bit. As you can imagine, the Parks and Rec committee is heavily focused on the Strickland Center and Carver Park right now. So that's been a large part of what we talk about when we meet. And the other committee that I am on is the Lake Tomalex Commission, and I know you guys have been caught up to date on some of the things we're facing out there with the engineering study for the repairs to the dam. Am I forgetting anything else, Morgan, Michael? Playground. We're going to update the playground. Anytime money is spent on Lake Tomalex, it's divided up between Lexington, Thomasville, and Davidson County. We do hold the funds for that commission, but it's a three-part effort there where they all contribute.
When it comes to the park space.
When it comes to the park space, yeah.
Any work that's done on the lake itself, including the dam, is between Lexington and
Yes.
Thomasville. So there's two different functions.
Correct.
Davidson County is only
That's a
the
good point.
parkland and usage of the lake for fishing.
Yeah.
The other I mean, we will welcome Davidson County.
Sure.
to put money on the dam.
No, that's a good point. Thank you for clarifying that. I think that covers my two committees. Is there anything from other committees?
The planning board hasn't met recently. We got a meeting coming up, but we haven't had a lot to do. Chuck's here. He'll tell you we haven't had much going on.
Tourism, we have a 250 committee meeting coming up on August 19th. We are headway on Everybody's Night. It's coming up September 25th, and we are definitely looking for sponsorships to support Everybody's Night. And we are also starting our Christmas parade meetings, and we're also looking for sponsorships for the Christmas parade.
Good deal. Thank you.
Can I add one thing on that? The lights at the water tower that were part of the 250, we're working with a local lighting company. They brought in a regional lighting company to look at it, and they have not been able to figure out how to do it, and are now reaching out to folks that put lights on sports facilities. So I'll be honest with you, there's almost no way we're going to be able to do this for $10,000. So we can either stop that project and redirect those funds somewhere else, or create some other form of lighting there that doesn't cost that type of money, or put the money into something else from a project point of view. But I'm not expecting us to be able to get out for $10,000.
Maybe if you want to put us a few things together and bring back next month some prices and options.
I'm on the golf committee, and they are looking for, am I correct, Michael, that they are looking for a couple positions out there?
They do have authorization. Oh, no. Maybe part-time, but there's, right now, they don't have
Correct.
positions.
Ain't it inside they're looking for like a golf cart person,
Yeah, probably
which is a part-time
Yeah,
position.
part-time positions, yes.
And just utilize our golf course. It's a really good form of exercise and mind therapy. That's it.
Erica, do you have anything from? Okay.
Historic Preservation is meeting this month, met last month as well, and they're still doing the great work, but no things to update us.
Perfect.
Y'all heard a little bit about Pace. They raised almost $20,000 with bingo. Thank you, Dana, and thank you, Mayor, for going to that. I hated to miss it, but I'm really glad that it went so well. So I think the next step is to get some architectural drawings for the palace, which will be really exciting. Oh my God. Do y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I was losing my mind. I think that's it for Pace. The ABC board wrapped up, met their budget. They send us a lot of money every year, like a lot of money. So I'm very thankful for them. Buy local.
Some of it's mine.
Anything else from council on their liaison committees? All right, the next item is a closed session for several different things here. Let's see, disclosure of honorary degree, scholarship, price, or similar award, and we also have a personnel matter to discuss as well. If I could have a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All right.